Good afternoon, Cheap Jeepers, and welcome back. So today we're going to be rotating the tyres on the Jeep. I'm going to show you why I'm rotating them at this point and how often you should be rotating the tyres on your car. Alright, so I've just taken the driver's side front and rear wheel off to switch them around. Now I'll show you what's been happening with the front, which I think has contributed to a slight shake that I have in my steering wheel when I'm doing about 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. So I've had these wheels on, well, the tyres on for about just over a year now, and when I bought the car, when I bought the Jeep, it had a bent front axle, so I've switched the axle over, but I didn't rotate the tyres. So I think that, I don't know if you can see that slightly, it's actually a high spot in the centre from there to there. So it's been wearing on this inner edge and this outer edge before in the middle. So it's got a high point there. I don't know if you can actually see it, you can just see it. It's got a nice high point on that bit of tread there, and so that's the back one. So that one's wearing nice and flat, and that one's wearing unevenly. So that's going to that's probably where the majority of the shaking is coming from on the front there. So I don't know if you can hear that. You can hear that it's like gripping, and that's a lot flatter. So we're going to switch those over. So it's always a good idea to check every bolt and just do a quick spanner check when you've got the wheels off. Just saves time. Normally try and do a spanner check every time I'm about to hit the trails or go off road, and when I get back as well, because it is my daily drive to work every day, so I want it to be reliable and try and have as little issues as possible. So quick spanner check, and then also if I notice any rust forming or something that looks like it may rust, always hit it with a bit of what's that, rust reformer, but also use WD-40 on all the bolts and stuff like that. Also cleaning up parts that look good as well, like the springs and shocks and around the chassis, and parts that you really don't want to get rust on. Always give it a nice quick coat in WD-40, let that dry, then hit it with some rust guard as well. So let's have a look under the Jeep. I'll show you the parts that I'm wearing WD-40, rust guard, and then I want to clean up while the two wheels are off. So I've got the wheels sitting outside at the moment, just cleaning the back of them up so they look nice and tidy when they go back on. I'm a bit of a clean freak and like things looking nice and tidy, especially when I'm got things off that don't normally get a clean because they're too tight or too hard to get in between. So on the back here, I'll probably be hitting the exhaust with some rust guard, well, some like heat paint, these hangers and stuff, WD-40 and rust, chassis rails, clean the springs up, clean the shock up, and that the hub, it's a bloody mosquito trying to bite me, the hub there was a bit rusty, so I've hit it with some rust guard, and just go along, sweep bars and top control arm and stuff like that. Just double check. Just going to double check bolts and everything like that, make sure nothing's loose and shred it off or rod itself loose. So let's start cleaning some stuff up and making it look tidy. Alright, that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and you've learned a little bit about how often you should rotate your tyres. It's great practice to do it yourself. It's not expensive to take to a shop and get some of the dirt, but if you've got your own garage, a couple of axle stands and a jack, it takes probably 45 minutes if you're cleaning things up and double checking bolts, 45 minutes to an hour to rotate your own tyres. Or just take it to a shop. It costs I think $25 or $35 to get them rotated. You can sit down and have a coffee. But yeah, I like to do it myself, make sure it's done and I don't have to pay anyone, so save a little bit of money. But if you don't have the space or the tools, just take it to a professional and they can easily do it. Alright, thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.